Roll out those lazy, hazy, crazy days of summer, those days of soda and pretzels and beer. Roll out those lazy, hazy, crazy days of summer. Dust off the sun and moon and sing a song.
That ever happened to you, you never know. That runaround Sue might know just what to do, because now she got some experience, now she got some life. She knows a handsome lad who's got the pad, who's got the vibe, who's got the tribe going on inside himself. Oh, hell yeah, babies, floating right in to the days of summer. Skinny dipping down at the old creek pond, man, and just enjoying life in the way that life was meant to be enjoyed forever and ever. I tell you, babies, that's what we need to be doing here this afternoon. It's nice and sunny out there, again, broken and scattered. I do see some thunderstorms on the way later this afternoon, but right now it's a little hot and actually a little tiny bit muggy out here. I didn't look at my little thingamabobble on the way in as I was running in the door with my groceries under my arm. Oh, babies. Well, anyway, the humidity's kind of high. I bet it's 16-20% out there. But for you guys, it's nothing. For me, it's, wow, it's humid. I'm roasting to death, man. Got to start shedding some threads, man. Well, babies, we want to welcome you again to the Coyote Medicine Show here on the Hazy Radio Network. Old Grandpa Coyote here, ready to take you into flight from the spaceship Love here, babies, at 9,000 feet in the Rocky Mountain High, built into the side of a mountain, babies. We are poised for takeoff right here on this here mountainside, babies, let me tell you, and it's so dang beautiful. That's the one thing this wet, cold, well, not cold, but wet, cool summer has brought to us, man. Lots of beauty. There's flowers and wild things everywhere growing. This valley below us is more green than it's ever been in a long, long time. I mean, wow. It's like a few years back, maybe 10, 12 years ago, Wyoming was like that for a couple of seasons. When it's always dry and sagebrushy down there in the southern, it was all green and grassy. I couldn't believe it. Oh, weather's been modifying itself a bunch here in this reality, guys. It's just freaking incredible how it goes. Well, I wonder why that is. A lot of it's written off to weather manipulation, secret ops, there are those beings doing that kind of thing. I mean, witness the chemtrails and other things. It's obvious they're manipulating the weather in some way, obviously. But the other side of it is Mother Earth is in the phase change, man. I mean, we are going from one reality to the next. Yes, let that one settle in on you just a little bit, man. One reality to the next. So what that means is what we've taken for hard and true and factual here becomes very, very elusive and all of a sudden dissipates and disappears. Your reliance and faith in the money system is out the window. Your reliance and faith in governmental systems, well, geez. Nobody ever had much reliance or faith in them. They always just took it. We are, we'll do it. Yeah, right. They always get you into a war. They always kill off your kids. I mean, what fun are they? And then screw up the psyche of the entire planet. I mean, who in the hell needs government? We sure don't. Babies, as we rise up in consciousness, as we come to play in the fields of life, in this gifted and sharing and creative way, darlings, you ain't going to want no government. You ain't even going to want to be the government. I mean, we're just kids that play in the fields of life. That's our truth. You see, we don't have to put up with this shit, this nonsense for a minute. And we don't have to hit the streets and protest and let them try out all their fancy new crowd control technology on us. Screw that, man. Let them aim it at each other and test it out, We'll just continue to party down in our private little places, our quiet little spaces out here in the mountains and other places across this earth, and keep bringing in the vibe, babies, and gathering the whole dang tribe, and nobody gets left behind, not a soul, babies. We're bringing everybody into ascension this year, babies, and we ain't wasting no time doing it, let me tell you. We getting after the program, and how do we do that, babies? Well, for one, we just keep playing lots of good tunes here on the Coyote Medicine Show, which automatically raises the vibe of the whole planet. Because what we do, besides the energy in those tunes already, which is, wow, communication from the universal heart for the most part. Not every bit of it, but for the most part it is. All this old classic music that I play and some of the newer stuff too. All of it. It's got that tone, that tenor, that vibrational harmony that matches into the universe. So there's situational codes in there in all of it that's designed for right now in this time frame to help awaken you. Music that was put on earth 50 years ago now has a purpose and a drive. And babies, as you sit here and listen to it, it brings you up. That's why I play these good ones. Plus, I like to see you dancing your asses off. Because, man, most of us have too much of one. Now, me, I can't even grow one. I got a tattoo on my ass, and that's all I see is that damn tattoo. There ain't nothing else there. I don't know how I even sit down, babies, to do this show, but somehow it gets done. So, babies, wow. Just keep flying, babies. The old man just can't encourage you enough to just let that old, well, babies, here comes that vibe. Now, let's just do this thing right. I always try to vary it up a little bit so we don't sound like a broken record all the time. But let's get this thing varied up right now, babies. Let's give the vibe to the tribe. Yes. First requirement, a toke of the sacred Mary Jane. Maybe two of them, because you got to get yourself in the vibe. You got to know that you're part of the tribe, and Mary Jane will help you do that, okay? So maybe we better do three, because, this is kind of weak weed, that I got here, It's some of my, last of my homegrown, so, I saved the best for last, so it takes a few tokes to really make you feel like you want to be, to help expand your consciousness into reality. So here's one more for you. With thanks to our sacred Mother, the Earth, and the sacred plant Mary Jane for providing all this. You guys rock and you know it. And we'll always be your love. Yes, we will. As the Pope of Mary Jane's pot, babies, I am here to tell you that she blesses us all. And all you got to do to receive it is toke a little smoke, man. No big deal. You'll come right back to being real. Won't take long at all, baby. Your mind, some of your assumptions might be challenged, and that's why you don't do this stuff, because you're afraid of what you might see on this so-called other side. See, Mary Jane truthfully is the gateway to paradise. She is a sacred herb given us for lots of different uses and powers. And, as you gain in consciousness, we won't even have to process her. We won't have to smoke her or inhale her or eat her or none of that stuff. But for the moment in time, hey, we are where we are, and we're doing what we do, and we're still humanity, babies. And we've got a gift here. And it'd be an awful damn shame if we turned our back on it and just walked away. I mean, there's been all this crap going on for years and years about making it being illegal and people going to prison for nothing, just for growing a few marijuana plants, man. And man, it's just not right, because the big boys get away with it and nobody takes them to jail. It's just the little guys get busted. It just feeds the system, And that's why they don't want to legalize it now, because they've built a whole industry around it. Law enforcement, prisons, courts, attorneys, etc. Not to mention the medical field that cashes in on it somehow. I'm sure they do. It's a cash cow, this public government. That's why I advocate so highly against it. And it's always, most generally speaking, now there can be exceptions, but most generally speaking, no matter what the government is, it's against everything that's good for you. And promoting everything that ain't quite so good, that slows you down, that keeps you underground, that keeps you sleeping inside, you see. People in charge are those powers that have been, and we use the have been term dramatically because it's true. They no longer are in power, no matter what office they hold or don't hold. Most of the power has been exercised behind the scenes anyway, and people, I'm here telling you, there is no power outside of love. This whole wicked, evil system is crumbling and falling apart. Because why? Because evil knows it's good, and good knows it's evil. It takes a little of both, babies. It's a mix. And there ain't no good or evil. It's a mix. It's light and darkness and the rich texture of color in life. Human, babies. We are human. Babies, that is colorful beings. colorful beings full of expressive life and love, meant to be real in every moment, living in a life of clouded illusion, but rising up out of it very fast with the assistance of angels and ancestors and ETs, space family, the parallel universe. I mean, everyone is pitching for us now. There is not a race, a planet, a genre of beings anywhere in this universe that are opposed to humanity in any way. All are promoting the ascension. All have felt the call. All have come into universal alignment with us, babies. You wonder why the energies are amping up in these past few days? This is what, August 13, baby. Hope it ain't Friday. But August 13, baby. Here it is. You know, and babies, it's amping up powerfully. People that don't normally even feel it are feeling it, being sensitive to it, and saying, God, what's going on? I mean, yesterday I sat down in a very magical place and drew in some energy. Man, I was dizzy. I had to go sit down. I mean, you know, and I can handle all kinds of energy. That's how strong it's getting. But, you know, compared to the strong and powerful, it's nothing. We're just barely stepping into it, guys. I mean, it's just barely starting to happen. Wow. So what do we do, babies? Well, sit back, lean back, kick back in your easy chair. Get out there in nature though as often as you can. Get naked in the sun where you can, privately, of course. But babies, you know, get some sun on you one way or the other. Get some nature in you. Get your naked feet on the ground. Feel the earth. Feel her rising up in you. Feel the transformative energy. Energy's coming not just from the sky around you, but from the earth, right through the balls of your feet, right through the, what they call that part, the arch of your feet. All of it, man. These feet are radiators, and they are a direct communication between the earth and all of your essential organs, your essential energies inside. So walking barefoot, and I'm advocating it, and I don't get out there to do too much of it because I've been so darn busy, but starting next week, I will be, babies, you know. And so will you, starting as soon as possible, I know, because you understand what I'm saying. It's resonating with your heart. Because it's truthful, and it's telling you exactly what you need to hear, whatever that is. You see, this is a very spontaneous program. We don't script anything. We don't write nothing down. We don't pre-pick any song. Well, I might have a couple picked up ahead because I know the energy of what's going on, and I know they're just going to match. But basically, I pick out of a long list, I pick out every song we play, man. You know, individually. And the same with everything we talk about, all the energies we convey. We just convey it, we just say it as it comes to us to say. We're starting to call it a new thing now. It's called music and views, man. You know, classical rock and, you know, a whole lot of, well, somewhat enlightening talk. Enlightening talk, let's put it that way. Coming back to life. We're all in the process. Ain't anybody already there? And if they are, they're turning around and showing that they care and holding out their hands and saying, come on over here, let me help you out, you know. Everybody's in this together. Nobody's getting left behind, babies. Never get desperate. Never feel you're at the bottom of the totem pole. And if you do, guess what? You're the one that supports the whole god-dang operation. That's the bottom of the totem pole, man. Without you, there ain't no totem pole, don't you see? So even though you're at the bottom and you got the weight of the world on your shoulders and you got a lot you got to do, just pretend it isn't even really there. Let yourself just flow. Let yourself just come alive. You see, inside you do have this ability to set yourself free. Free of worry, stress, everything that's antagonizing you in this moment in time. Heartache. Shoot, babies, piece of cake. Just walk away from it inside, knowing how loved you are. Let the love inside cancel out any disappointment or anything that's ever caused heartache, the separation of a loved one when they die, etc. You know, a lot of us in these generations have had to partner up and then move on, partner up and then move on. It's been a real odd circumstance compared to where humanity's been before these times, you know. And to some it's like the crumbling of society's structures. Well, hell yeah. See, babies, we're not satisfied with the thing our parents and grandparents and great-grandparents were satisfied with. We can't be. We were born with awakened hearts, awakening hearts. We were born with a lot higher energy of awareness than those that came previous to us, just because the energy and the vibe had gone up that much more. And I was born into the darkest part of it. I was probably one of the first wave of indigos, or whatever you call us these days. I call us a bunch of little Apaches, really, with no offense to the tribe, but we're kind of wild and woolly and unpredictable, and we're hard to pin down, too, man. But babies, all 10 billion of us here in this life doing just fine. And we are ending all strife. Well, how? Just by feeling the love that's coming floating through you right now. Oh, Grandpa, he creates an energy field of love here and sends it radiating outward from this 9,000-foot place. And up above us, there's these 7 sisters, I call them, the 7 peaks of love right above us, all of them above 14,000 feet. And each one of those has been activated in recent times. And they're radiating a gentle love into this reality that's helping everybody calm down. Babies, this is how we end war. We just drift away from it. We just lose interest in it. Nobody has to do anything about it. We just lose interest. Just keep sending this love vibe. Keep tuning in. Keep opening up. And babies, as you end the war within yourself, you end the war within the reality. And there's no more push-pull. There's no more yin-yang. There's only young, babies. And young forever and enjoying life for the rest of forever in the moment of now. Babies, it's beyond description. It's beyond everything you know of as life. Yet this is real. You feel it. You're starting to grow into it, babies. Don't let anybody take it away. Don't let them hook you backwards. But if they do, man, just get up, dust yourself off, go forward when you find out, man. It's no big deal. We're all just getting there in our own way, in our own day, man. Yet it all comes at the same time. There's a tipping point, a turning point where it turns, babies, and it's not too far from here now. In fact, I think it's already in place. I don't know what could even be holding it back. But it's just timing and whatever that is, because who can understand time, silly damn thing that it is, Just let it go. We just don't make requirements on the reality. Feel what's there. You already know what's coming, you see? What you have confidence in is what you already know, what's already happened for you. That's the evidence by which well, hell yeah, the old man might not be so full of shit after all. We might just be transforming this mother trucking earth, and all of us mother truckers getting out of the trucks and becoming a bunch of real mother hearts, babies. Hearts that are filled with love. When you talk about the arousal of the divine feminine, it's not about dominance of any species, or it's not about dominance of any gender. It's the arousal of the divine feminine, which has been supremely suppressed in both the male and female species in this reality. So as a great part of our heart's awakening, we return to the softer and more nurturing parts of ourselves that really are our more confident parts. And that's the mother love inside, the divine feminine, as you would call it. And if you will notice, as you become conscious, you'll see that the masculine in you is a lot stronger than the feminine. Many of you are already to this stage and have already understood that. Now you're in the process of equitizing. That's what I call it, bringing to equity every energy inside of yourself, which then in turn reflects energetically into the reality person to person. You see, it creates a field that changes everything for everyone. So don't be afraid to go inside and do the work you got to do. You're feeling it. You're feeling the pull, the call. Well, go there now with love. Go there now with life. Go there now with heart. And be with heart. And be in love with this heart. And notice the heart is ever loving. Notice that it never stops. It's been grieving, yes. There's a lot to be grieving about here in this reality. We haven't always perceived our motions and movements correctly, but who cares? We're learning and growing. Babies, we're coming back to life. And so there's no way that the mistakes we're making can be even seen as mistakes. It's purifying, it's showing ourselves a better way to understand. By misunderstanding, by mismoving, we find the right move. It's no big deal. We grow in every bit of it. Nothing can be wrong then. Everything is an energy bringing us back together inside, and none can take it from us. None. It's a totally spontaneous thing, and it's very individual and personal. In other words, it'll happen for you as it happens. But you're already in the awareness of divine growth. And understand, no human person, and this generation and all the generations that are alive now, no human person has ascended yet. None. Zero. Yet the whole race has already ascended, and we already exist in our Mother Earth paradise. So we're really just filtering ourselves into it by allowing these energies to come into us. These energies of awakening, these energies of opening, these energies of very, very highly increased consciousness, which pretty much, as you go through the process, put the subconscious back to work again. And we're conscious of everything. Even every breath we take, the beat of every heart, and the combined union of love in all of its forms of expression. Some of us have been becoming extremely sensitive in the heart area. What would be for other people nothing, to us is over-fucking-whelming. Because of the sensitivity. But babies, you're also there to show yourself, again, the durability of your heart. And the more sensitive you get, the more open you get, the easier it is to hurt you. But babies, it doesn't hurt so long. You got so much love going on. It's done with in a hurry. Walk through whatever you have to end the illusions in your life. Don't kid yourself anymore about he's going to change, she's going to come back, etc., etc., etc. What you see in your heart, that's your reality. That's what's telling you what's real. That's how you know that no matter what bullshit's going on in this life or inside your mind, that you really are getting there. And in fact, you've already gotten there. You got such great confidence inside in this great love that's coming forward. You know what I mean, Jelly Bean? We're just starting to, come home to this beautiful heart. Babies, let it be for you. Let yourself have a life. First, get into this heart and begin to understand its leadings, what I call the flow. And as you do then, babies, go with that flow. Because already I know you're feeling these deep yearnings for great change. We all are. It makes us want to cry out like the coyote. So let's do that right now. Let's cry out like the coyote, man. Yeah. Forgive me for the loudness of that one, man. That's a good one, ain't it? I turned that rascal up and forgot to turn it down. I had a quiet tape in there at one time. But there is the coyote. And you know what? Singing at the sun. And you know what? That doesn't sound like a cry in agony. It sounds like a song in harmony with all that is. Sounds like the song of my heart singing out, baby, no matter how it seems to be, just remember, darlings, we are all free. Under the sun, under the moon and stars. Babies, we are the love that creates, and therefore we are free. To be exactly what we need to be, exactly as the heart will have us be. Yeah, babies, we're rocking and rolling in this reality. You betcha. Grandpa Koyote giving you the wind for your wings here, babies, right here on the Coyote Medicine Show. Only on the Hazy Radio Network. Don't forget, next week, babies, we come into daylight flight morning. I mean, we are the break of day. We are the dawn of the generations, man. Starting at 7 a.m. Eastern Time, running to high noon, babies. That means like 5 o'clock Mountain Time to 10 a.m. Mountain Time. Wherever you are in this U.S. of A., this Turtle Island, Canada and Mexico, America, and South America. Well, babies, we're there in the morning, babies, and we're going to have a great time. You can join our little Coyote Coffee Club, get your own personal exclusive membership mug, babies. Oh, yeah. And then we're going to have, a weekly wrap-up, man. I don't know exactly what to call it yet, but a weekly wrap-up that only members of the Coyote Coffee Club get to participate in. I mean, we're doing some down and dirty stuff here, bringing in the love, but then, look what's been played on us. Can't we have a little fun, too? Babies, we're rocking the day away, man. Right here on the Coyote Medicine Show, here with the afternoon flight. Grandpa Coyote saying, Babies, you better get it right, 'cause man, we keep laying it out there, don't we? Right here on the Coyote.
Those lazy, hazy, crazy days of summer. You wish that summer could always be here. You wish that summer could always be here. You wish that summer could always